Marinette High School closed today after an intense standoff yesterday. Police say a 15-year-old student held his teacher and 23 classmates hostage for more than 5 hours yesterday. Dr. Frank Cummings joins us now with some perspective on the situation. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, it's an intense situation, stressful for those in the classroom, but it's got to affect the entire community, the high school students who weren't in that classroom and all the parents involved too.
That's correct, because it's a close-knit community. It's not just the people that were there, but also the parents, family, friends, and also law enforcement individuals as well.
And you say people should be, just let the police do their job. Think of the high school right now as a crime scene.
Yeah, first and foremost, it is a crime scene, and so they have to release it first before the school can actually decide when they're going to reopen. So people just need to calm down and let the police do their work, because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done.
We talked a little bit about the district's safety measures that they had. Should we trust what they're doing is the right thing for the students and everybody's safety?
Absolutely. I mean, the school districts have plans for these kinds of things, and it looks as though they've not only practiced them last year, but they're also following through on what they've designed to do once something like this does happen. So kudos to the law enforcement people and kudos to the school district. And yes, we do need to trust the district that they know what they're doing.
What do families do today? What do parents talk to their kids about? How do they help them through this?
Well, there's usually two different reactions in situations like this. Kids want to talk, and they want to talk a lot, so let them do that. The other kind of reaction is where they become very somber or sullen, aren't sure what to say. It's really important not to force it at that point, but to kind of take the lead from the kid and to ask them, how can I help you?
And if they're not ready to talk?
I wouldn't force them. I wouldn't bribe them. I wouldn't reward them or punish them or in any way, shape, or form.
Give us an idea what the kids that are in the room together, they went through this together. Is it easier to get through a situation like this when there are others who have been through the same thing?
Absolutely, because there's a certain thing that takes place in groups where they have been held hostage. We know that. And yet there's no one else that has been through that experience like they have. So it's going to take some time for them to really gather together once again and to share information. And usually these things take about 72 hours. That's usually the window for these things for people to kind of gather together and to process. Usually get your best information and your best healing that takes place during that time.
As a parent, it would be hard for me to let my child out of my sight after something like this happens. But you say to keep things as normal as possible.
Yeah, I think it's really important to do that, not to try and change things very dramatically, because safety is obviously very important, but also a sense of normalcy is important as well, because kids need to know that things can happen, but you don't have to force stuff, you don't have to push stuff, make things unique or different or anything like that. But take the lead from the kids.
Dr. Frank, I have one last question for you. They're saying that there's going to be counselors available at the school to help the students through this. Is it important for them to take advantage of that?
Absolutely, and take the lead from the kid, because they may want that now, but they may want it a day or two from now, or perhaps next week, or that's just how these things work.
All right. It's going to be a stressful situation no matter what. Thank you so much for your perspective, Dr. Frank Cummings, this morning. And we'll be right back. You're watching Good Day Wisconsin.